In the vanguard state of Wisconsin this year, Republican Governor Scott Walker's plan to gut union rights led to protests that filled the capital city of Madison for weeks. But now that is bearing political consequences. 6 Republican state senators put up by Wisconsin voters for recall. What started with protests in February and March is coming down to real voting in August.
We're in Portage, Wisconsin, canvassing for our candidate, Fred Clark.
Doing some door knocks, canvassing, dropping some literature off, just to remind folks to get out and vote and how important this election is.
This is a crushing of democracy, what Walker and his cronies are trying to do. We had to fight back, and we had to fight back now.
Absolutely. Did you get everyone on the block to vote yet?
We had 2 different types of phone banking. One was just to talk about the candidate, and the other one was to make sure that they had the correct polling location.
A group had sent out incorrect information to the people in these areas, told them to go to the wrong polling locations. So we were making calls to people, letting them know, hey, this is your correct polling location.
There were some mailers that went out probably about 2 weeks ago that had the wrong date for the election on them.
And that was just to try to trip people up and prevent people from actually coming out on the proper date and proper time to cast their ballot.
To think that, you know, people are going to extremes to tamper with one of your rights that you've been given. As a voter, do I really want this person in office if they're going to those extremes?
These are lists of union members. Here it identifies what union they're with, and we are just simply leaving this to remind them to get out and vote.
The doors along the way, people have their own homemade signs, which is really great. It's very uplifting.
We've actually been bouncing between Portage and Baraboo, and we're getting a pretty good response.
The unity, the reception here, this is ground zero for it here, but it's just something that is being felt throughout the whole country.
Private wood peanuts or Cracker Jacks, I don't care if he never comes back for it. For the recall. If the union don't win, it's a shame. Scott Walker is not to go, hey, hey. Scott Walker is not to go, hey, hey. Scott Walker is not to go.
Effort to recall 3 of the Republicans has failed on the part of the Democrats.
Some conservative media have said today that this was entirely a waste of time, that given that Democrats are still going to be in the minority in the state Senate, that Republicans got a victory last night. You won. You're a Democrat. What do you have to say to the GOP?
Well, I have to say that they have to start listening to people again, and I believe that the constituents of the 18th State Senate District do not believe that what happened yesterday was a waste of time.
Obviously today I have this shirt on for a reason. We fought these fights before. The people need to be represented here.
People are willing to give of themselves, their time, sacrifice for a cause that affects everybody.
But all middle-class people, union people, working people need to stand up for our rights.
This is about the people of Wisconsin, and that if the current administration continues to ignore them, they will continue to receive more of the same from Wisconsinites.
Wisconsin will not be denied.